Welcome to Live Talk with Who Cares. I'm Neil.
And I'm Charlie. And together, let's talk about life, issues, and awakening. Thank you for tuning in. In today's episode, let's discuss gambling and recovery. Neil, tell us about your gambling when you were young.
My gambling when I was young, there was one particular incident I remember when I was 16. I was working in a government programme earning £23.50 a week. And I was off work this particular day, and I had been getting into the bookmakers periodically at a time, although I wasn't 18, as I said, I was 16. And I did a 55p Yankee. And what that consists of is 6 5p doubles, 4 5p trebles, and a 5p accumulator. And it's 4 horses. And my first one won. I'm not getting anything back. The second one won, and I'm getting a few shillings, about 30, 40 pence back. And the third one won. And it was quite a significant, I think it was about £8 or £9 that I was going to get back. And the other horse that I had that was running was called Queen's Magic. I'll never forget it. Queen's Magic. And it was a tannoy system, like a loudspeaker, and the bookmakers at that particular time, there wasn't any videos or TV screens. And the commentators were quite animated. And I went over, let's go over to your Toxeter. And as the commentator spoke, he says, and Queen's Magic jumps the last. 8 lengths, 12, 16 lengths clear. And my heart was pumping out my chest. That sense of well-being, being a winner, validation of my choices, everything that was good in my world accumulated into that horse crossing that line. And I get £62. And that was nearly 3 times my wages. And I felt the attention of everyone as well, because it was big news amongst all my peer group. And it was something that I'll never forget. And to this day, I can understand when people say that they won big at the beginning. Although at 16 I had been gambling for many years in other forms of gambling, but it really did give me that sense of, I picked those 4 horses. I'm a professional gambler.
At 16?
At 16 it was...
You felt like you're a professional gambling. Well, now that you mentioned it, so you started quite early then?
Yes, gambling, at 6, 7 years old, I would be playing cards under a lamppost for pennies with my friends.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really young.
Mostly probably because I come from a mining village, and there isn't a lot of activity, and there was a freedom to go out and play with your peers. It was a community. There really wasn't much danger. You knew everybody in the town, so it wouldn't be unusual for kids to be out and about, and they pick up things like playing cards wasn't unique to my age group or my peers. It was the people before that and before that and before that. There was no entertainment. There was no place to go, no vocal points. So you invented things as a child. You got creative, and gambling became one of those creative things that we did.
Yeah, but you were young and you were not earning money. So how did you earn money at that age?
Well, I think like most of the children, they didn't come from affluence, but you put your hand down the back of the couch and you're looking for the coppers, and you can take lemonade bottles to the shops and you get money back on them. You could go and collect raspberries and brambles and sell them. I would go and saw logs, sort of thing. There was a local farm where in the September you go up and you pick the potatoes, and you get paid for it. There was all sorts of it, and you could go cut grass, and when it snowed in the winter, you get a big shovel and you knock on the door and say, would you like your path cleaned? And you would clean the path. So you get very, very inventive of how to make money, and sometimes you'd actually steal beer bottles from the back of the pub and then take them into another pub and get the money back on them. So you had your little sort of kind of systems of how to accumulate money.
So, how does gambling affect your life growing up?
When I look back now and see how it actually impacted my life, I think it impacted relationships. It impacted ambition or drive, because the gambling just wasn't like gambling. The whole thing about, for me and my gambling, and I can only speak from my own experience, was the drive to accumulate money. That was the drive to accumulate money. So when I didn't have any money, it was on my mind constantly to get money. And when I got money, I gambled to get money. And that was just the hamster wheel. And when you do that day in, day out, what happens is you don't participate in life. You know, at 18, 19, when my friends were going out and going to the dancing and buying nice clothes and trying to keep up with fashion and buying other things associated with that age group, I was in the bookmakers. I was sitting and watching TV because I had no money left on a Saturday night. I was isolated from what mainstream growth was for my age group. When I said a lot of people gamble when they were kids, a lot of people did gamble when they were kids, and they gambled maybe 16, 17. There wasn't a lot who gambled uncontrollably, chasing the losses. I think there was about 4 or 5 of us that were really sort of bad at it, sort of type thing, where we'd really sort of kind of go into the bookmakers and put like money on, you know, whereas some people go in and bet a couple of pounds and walk away because they maybe wanted to go out or buy something. They had more sensible sort of kind of relationship with gambling.
So that, when you said about that, I just thought about being a social gambler and a problem gambler. So with your experience, it becomes a problem. Gambling has become a problem for you. Not because you just wanted to do it socially, but because you're chasing money.
Yeah, I mean, I think from the first time I ever gambled, it gave me a feeling. It gave me a feeling of adventure, excitement. Whenever I pulled my 3 cards together when we were playing 3-card brag, and I looked at them and it says Jack, Queen, King, I felt important. It fulfilled something deep within me. It gave me that sense of well-being and security, and maybe love, you know, because I had the winning hand that I perceived, and I was just waiting for the rest of the game to continue.
Yeah. Oh, that's difficult, isn't it?
It's not difficult at the time. It's maybe when your life takes twists and turns, sort of thing, and you get that realization of you don't know how to communicate. You know, I used to swear a lot. I used to be very vocal, and I used to get into trouble, and my life was really a non-entity. It really didn't have any focus. It had no direction, and I think that's the sad part of it. Because if I put all my attention onto gambling when I was growing up, it meant when I stopped gambling, I was still a child in a man's body. I was still had to learn the protocol and of how to communicate and how to listen. One of the wonderful things that I became aware of was empathy, and I can see it in my life and how it works. because it's reciprocated and people take an interest in my life.
Well, empathy is a big word, but we will talk about that in the next episode. So, guys, stay tuned for more contents about Neil's gambling and recovery story. That's all for today. Goodbye, Teddy Pie, and always remember,
Who cares?
we care.